Stephen, we heard from Lightbend. They introduced Kalix, which is a new offering focused on building distributed backend applications with an emphasis on event-driven architecture and serverless capabilities. Kalix abstracts away complex proprietary cloud services with an opinionated, event-driven, and stateful platform, automatically scaling as microservices. Will this sort of abstraction attract enterprise developers, or will they keep trying to use all of those existing AWS services?
Well, one thing that we can say for sure is that AWS is going to introduce even more completely inscrutably named services this year. That's just what they do, and so do the other companies in the cloud service provider world. It really has this innovation has really, I think, hampered the adoption of some of these technologies by developers because, frankly, there are so many services, so many different flavors, so many different things that you can do. And so many of them are really cool and compelling that developers really have to figure out quite a lot before they can even start. I was going to say putting pen to paper, but putting code into their screen. Lightbend, I think the most important aspect of Lightbend that I want to call out is that it's opinionated. Essentially, Lightbend as a company is going to take a look at all of the services, specifically in AWS, and say, you know what? These are the best ones. This is the best way to use these services. And this is what we think that customers should do in order to deploy microservices applications. This is actually, honestly, a very nice idea. I mean, it's almost a consulting service or a consultative solution for companies in that it makes it easy to deploy applications, modern web-based applications, microservices-based applications in a way without having to worry about all of the announcements at reInvent and all the other events that we're going to talk about later. That being said as well, this kind of feeds into that whole super cloud, hypercloud discussion that we had at Cloud Field Day last time, where we talked about the fact that any kind of abstraction layer, by definition, is going to miss some of the value of the cloud because, frankly, if you're not using the cloud services natively, you aren't able to, you're kind of trapped in that platform and you aren't able to really make the most of all of these developments. But the flip side of that is that, each of the clouds has so many different services that are incompatible and do different things that it's really hard to actually try to build any kind of a multi-cloud solution without an abstraction platform, because frankly, you just kind of can't use those things. Some companies are trying to do this sort of willy-nilly, let's adopt, these two things are similar, so I'm going to figure out a way to make it work this way. And that's really, really hard to do. So I have to say that I'm impressed with what Lightbend is doing here. I think that Kalix is going to be a successful product for them. But I think that essentially they're going to approach customers with this thing, and the customers are either going to have I'm sick of this stuff, let me just jump on Kalix, or alternatively, no way in heck would I abstract everything and only use the things that you think I should use. Luckily, that'll probably make their sales process pretty easy because if customers love it, they're going to love it. And if they don't, well, move on to the next customer. So I think it's a great move for the company. I think it makes a lot of sense for them. And I'll be interested to see how microservices web scale developers adopt this product.